Welcome to another video of the Azure Migrate series covering the demo of the tool and its capabilities. Across this series, we walk through the full migration journey, from discovering your estate to assessing readiness and migrating workloads to Azure. In this video, we'll focus on the decide phase, specifically Azure Migrate Collector, a lightweight tool that jumpstarts discovery without continuous Azure connectivity needed. Azure Migrate supports multiple discovery methods depending on your environment and constraints. Appliance-based discovery gives you continuous discovery across VMware, Hyper-V, physical and multi-cloud environments, including dependency mapping. Collector-based discovery, highlighted here, is a lightweight, agentless option for VMware and physical environments. It works as a single snapshot with no continuous Azure connectivity required. For environments where you already have inventory data, CSV import and RV tools import let you bring in server details directly to generate a configuration-based assessment. Each method leads to the same outcome, a clear picture of your estate, ready for planning. As part of prerequisites, you need to ensure that you have created an Azure Migrate project on the portal. Open your project. You'll see an option to start discovery. Click on it, and you'll get three options. Select Using Collector and hit Download to get the Azure Migrate Collector tool. You will also need credentials configured to set up the Azure Migrate Collector. Depending on your environment, the collector requires the following accounts. For VMware environments, a vCenter account with read-only and guest operations permissions is needed to collect server configurations and performance data. For Windows servers, a domain account or administrator account is required to collect installed software, SQL and PostgreSQL database instances, and web application data. For Linux servers, a root account is needed to collect the same: installed software, SQL, PostgreSQL instances, and web app data. For SQL readiness, a domain account with SQL permissions is required. Note that custom least privileged accounts are also supported, so you do not need to share high privilege credentials. Once credentials are in place, you are ready to run the collector and perform discovery. Let's quickly cover the steps for setting up the collector. Run the PowerShell script on your on-premises machine. This launches the Azure Migrate Collector. Once it's running, add your server credentials. This could be your vCenter credentials or physical server credentials, depending on your environment. The collector will then validate the guest credentials. If there are any issues, you can head to the Analyze Summary section to troubleshoot and fix them before proceeding. Once validation is successful, the collector runs a full scan of your environment and generates a zip file, your complete on-premises inventory, packaged and ready. Take that zip file, upload it back to your Azure Migrate project on the portal, and your inventory is ready for assessment. Let's move on to the demo of Azure Migrate Collector. Start by searching for Azure Migrate on the Azure portal. The landing page gives you two options: create a new project or view existing ones. Since we already have a project set up, click on View All Projects, search for the project that you created by name, and open it. Once on the project landing page, you will see the option to Start Discovery. Click on it. You will see three options. Select Using Collector to proceed with the collector discovery flow. You'll land on the Download page. Download the collector zip file, extract it on your on-premises machine, and run the PowerShell script. The script will prompt you to confirm whether this is a fresh install or an update to an existing collector. Once confirmed, the script executes and the Collector Configuration Manager opens automatically. In the Configuration Manager, you start by adding your vCenter server details. You can provide a friendly name to the vCenters you are adding. Next, add the discovery source, IP address, or FQDN of the server, the port number, and which vCenter this should be mapped to. You can add vCenter server details, adding up to 10,000 servers. Next, add guest credentials for deeper discovery covering databases, web applications, and installed software. Select the credential type, add a friendly name, enter the username and password, and validate against your target. You can select up to 5 VMs to run validation and confirm credentials are working. Save and proceed. Click Start Data Collection. The collector begins gathering machine configuration data, performance data, software inventory, and workload discovery data. Collection time depends on the size of your environment and the number of credentials added. Once complete, you will see a summary of all data collected. Export the collected data as a zip file from the Configuration Manager. Copy the zip file to a machine with access to the Azure portal. Navigate back to your Azure Migrate project. Click Start Discovery, select Using Collector, and proceed to Step 3. Import the zip file generated by the collector. Browse to select the zip file and click Import. Import completion time depends on file size and typically takes up to 30 minutes. Once import is complete, head to the project overview. This is your complete inventory at a glance. Total servers, databases, web applications, and installed software all in one place. From here, drill into individual pages to go deeper. Servers view infra workloads. Windows Linux SQL servers. Analyze inline, expand each server to see hardware configuration, storage, network OS details. Databases. SQL and other databases. Server instances. Edition version databases hosted per instance. Web apps. IIS. Java frameworks. App pool configurations. Software. Installed applications. Roles, features per machine. Each page gives you a hierarchical view of workloads. With discovery complete, you can now start analyzing ROI by creating a business case, or explore migration options by creating assessments.